And in terms of day-to-day life for a child with MS, if you could tell me something about how a younger child would cope with their day-to-day life, presumably that was with a lot of help from a parent or a carer.
So what we're really aiming for is that MS becomes part of their life, but it doesn't impact significantly on their day-to-day activities. Obviously they need to consider their medication, but this will be done if it's an injectable when they're brushing their teeth last thing at night. They manage the injections generally very well. Sometimes they'll give it themselves. Even the youngest 7-8-year-olds are sometimes giving their own injections. Normally it's a parent, and as they get older they learn to give their own injections. If it's a medication, they'll set their smartphone to remind them when to take the medications, because obviously some of the medicines are really important that they're taken regularly. We do tell them that they need to remember and develop some responsibility. It's particularly challenging again for teenagers to always remember to take the medicines on time, so we work with them and their apps to try and make sure they set reminders on their phone. And really what we are really striving to is make sure that the young people are fully integrated socially and at school, and that their MS is something which doesn't impact too much on their day-to-day activities.
Okay, so in terms of teenagers, obviously being a teenager is challenging enough without having MS.
Yeah.
Are there any additional challenges that are added by having MS, apart from the obvious having to take medication?
So for me, one of the hardest aspects of being diagnosed with any condition is going from being well to being unwell, and suddenly everybody having a fuss and feeling different. And the one thing that teenagers don't want to be is different from their peers. So from that aspect, I think it is very hard for them to manage the situation. They don't know how to tell their friends, they don't know what to tell their friends, and together with the psychology team and the individuals, we often work through with them how to manage the situation, who to tell, when to tell, and to maybe try and explain a little bit about the condition. We've had some really lovely progress from some of the young people giving talks at their school, being very open and honest, and actually when they do discuss it, having a huge amount of support. So, but everybody is different. Some people don't want to discuss it, and some people will be very happy to have other people knowing about it.